Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually gives you live breakdowns and live gameplay of all the schemes and tips that he shows you online, so you can see how well it works against opponents online. I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't cherry pick my games, so you'll get to see how effectively it works, how it doesn't, how my opponents adjust, and how well I can run these particular schemes. I'm going to show you the second part of a three-part series, which is going to be the New York Giants offensive set. I'm going to go ahead and use one of the most popular formations in the game. It's been popularized probably for the last 4 years in Madden, which is the gun trio offset. Let's go ahead and take a look at the audibles and one of the base plays we're going to call. Alright, so with the trio offset, I've got a nice inside run, inside zone run. It's not necessarily the best run like it has in the past, but it's a fairly effective run. Another great play is stick. This allows me to go ahead and attack my opponent off the left-hand side. I can make 2 minor adjustments to kind of beef up the play a little bit, or I can leave it stock. I got another great play here, which is vertical, as it gives me a quick out that I can attack my opponent with any kind of man coverage. And I've also got a dragon route by the running back, which will get a very clean release. And if you've got a running back that's got over 88 speed, it's going to definitely get you some big yards. And then finally, I've got a play action post shot, which is a good way to go ahead and attack my opponent back on the right side of the field, forcing him to go ahead and defend the long ball. Now, one of the base plays I'm actually going to call is going to be the tight end in. This gives me a levels concept going off to the right hand side, and I've also got the running back going into a unique area of the field that I can hit for a fairly easy completion for a few yards. Some other plays I could jump into would be like a draw play, maybe a halfback slip screen, but for the most part we're just going to focus on this tight end in and the audibles, not the pass audibles, not the run audible. I'm not going to really focus in on that. But I'm going to go ahead and show you these 4 plays and how I'm going to go ahead and implement them in the scheme. So let's go ahead and jump into the first play. Alright, so the tight end in is going to be the base play. We're going to be going ahead and calling out of the huddle. And basically this play is going to be the following. We're going to make the following progressions and reads. We're going to take a look at the running back first and see if any kind of defender falls in his area or comes down towards him. That's going to give me a man or zone read. I will go ahead and pop the running back right away if I can get him at the line of scrimmage, because I can get an easy 5 or 6 yard completion in a very weird or a unique area of the zone. My next progression is going to be Shepard coming over the middle, because if it is man coverage, Shepard should be wide open, and then I've also got Daniel coming over the middle. Beckham and Cruz really are just going back, are floating back into different areas. I'm not going to focus on the left. It's all going to be on the right side. So the first place I'm going to go ahead and hit is going to be the running back underneath, and try to go ahead and just get the ball into that running back, because it's just going to be a unique little area of the field right there. Now, if he does get fouled, I'll hit the drag route underneath, because that means it's man coverage, and the drag should get a free release against that. So once again, just going to go ahead and pop the running back, catch a ball right there, and see, look at that, got a lucky break right there with that play. So once again, my first read is going to be this running back right here. My next progression is going to be this tight end, or this wide receiver going to the middle, and my next progression, my final progression, is going to be the tight end coming over the middle too, because he's just going to do 10 yards out and then cut back in. Now, why I want to focus on the running back first is that he's going to be the fastest and easiest completion. Any kind of pressure that goes against me, he should be able to get in fast, easy release. And a lot of those defenders have to float up in different areas and defend areas of the field. So against cover 2, a defender might come down but might not, and I can go ahead and hit that area of the zone with the running back, and if I got good hands, that running back should give me an easy 5 or 6 yards of that. Next progression is going to be this wide receiver, and he will be open on zones too. As you can see right here, he's open. The zones are actually pulled out, and I've got blockers in the area. And then finally, this tight end is actually going to come across the middle. So against man coverage, you've got this guy. I forced it into the tight end, but you can see that's actually another progression to read. Now on the left side of the field, I'm really not focusing on the left side of the field. Matter of fact, if I wanted to, I can go ahead and take Cruz and just put him on another end. That just gives me a levels concept on the outside. Just something I can actually consider on the outside if I want to, or I can go ahead and take Cruz and put him on a slant end, just give me another fast, easy progression. So that might be one adjustment I might do, but really it's going to be a lazy progression. I'm just going to be looking to try to get the ball underneath to the running back so I can pick up an easy completion with this play. So this is setting my opponent up to go ahead and defend against the right, and now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the audibles and attack my opponent on the left side. So one of the base audibles is stick, and you can leave it as is, or you can take your number 1 wide receiver, Beckham, and actually put him in a flat route. And another thing you can do is you can take your tight end and actually put him on a slant. And really what this is going to do is you're just going to go ahead and attack the flat as much as possible, force your opponent to go ahead and defend those areas. So that's what's really cool about this particular area, this route, is that you're going to basically force him to go ahead and defend that outside of that field. Now the reason I go ahead and slant up the tight end is that it just gives me another progression I can go and attack. And this stick route actually will always make the right read for me. So actually it's going to kind of give me an idea and where I'm going to go ahead and throw the ball. So you can see it just settles in between the zones. The defenders don't know what to do with that particular route. He also, yeah, as you can see, it's an easy little route that you can check down to because the defenders are going to be getting pulled away. So this is just going to be the fast and easy progression that you can go ahead and attack your opponent with to go ahead and attack that left side of the field, force him to defend the flats. You've also got a pop shot that you can go ahead and attack your opponent with cruise if you get the coverage. Let's see if we get almost a play right there, but you can see that's, you know, it's a 50-50 shot that you're going to get that type of a play. You want to go with the high percentage passes if you can. So that's what's great about this particular stick route, is just attacking the left side of the field after he's been getting attacked by the right. So 4 verticals is your other audible. You can leave this basically as stock, and really what I'm going to be looking for is my first progression is going to be Donnell, my tight end, actually on the little out route, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the running back on the dragon route, because he should get it for a free release. Now that out route is going to be very effective against man, so you want to go ahead and take that once again to force your opponent to go ahead and defend that. That's why you want to go ahead and leave that in stock. But on the backside is this running back route that actually makes it very difficult for your opponent to defend that. So if he starts doing underneath coverage, he's going to basically give up the seams for you right there. So that is why this vertical set is just one of the more deadly sets. It's just because you have basically all the different route combinations that are very difficult to stop, and you can essentially set your opponent up for a big play. Now the final play is going to be play action post, and what you can do is, I like to block my running back. I want to give myself another progression, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my tight end and actually put him in a flat route, or I can go ahead and go with a running route. But this actually is another way I can attack my opponent across the field if he starts going ahead and using Mabel coverage against me. So that's what's good about this particular formation, is this play action shout. Shepard's going to get a free release. I've got Beckham Jr. that is going to go ahead and get a free release, but Shepard is going to be the one that's going to essentially give me the big play. So if my opponent doesn't defend the flat, I'm going to go ahead and attack the flat if there's no defender in the area. Also I've got that route across the middle, so real good pressure right there by the CPU. Is probably a little fluky play, but if nobody goes in the flat, I'll go ahead and attack it, put my tight end on an island. But the big play is going to be the wide receiver number 3. I'm coming over the middle because he's going to get flat and progress. And then I've also got this guy over the middle, which I just got rid of the ball a little bit too late, but you can see how that actually progresses very well. So that's what I do like about this particular these formations. You know, you could go ahead and streak up the tight end and go ahead and clear those guys out, and give yourself another opportunity there, but that's basically the context of this particular formation. So it gives you a long play shot if your opponent does do a lot of man coverage or man blitzes. So once again, guys, I'm going to be going ahead and rolling this out in live gameplay, so you can see me using this against opponents and see how they adjust to it. I show you everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all different types of plays. Sometimes I show you where I melt down and make mistakes. Other times I show you where I go ahead and beat my opponent and set him up with a big play. So this is one of the most popular play formations you guys might have gotten away from, but you probably want to consider throwing it in just because of how effective it is. So to my subscribers, thank you for support. If you guys want to see live gameplay, I recommend hitting subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be rolling out some gameplay very shortly. So once again, thanks for support.